Hi guys, welcome back. So I'm super excited to do this new unveiling of this African clothing shopping haul that I went on yesterday. And I thought it was actually going to be more than what it came up to be. But I think that she gave me a discount. She gave me like this cosmic this cosmic currency discount where it amounted to only $222. So I'm going to show you guys the items that I purchased yesterday when I was out in Brooklyn from one of my favorite African shops called Tafari Tribe. I love that place. I actually got 2 bi-fall coats from there, and it's basically patchwork from different countries, and I always get complimented like on how unique the design is, and people always ask me, where did you get that from? And you know, I have to like put in some cultural education in that piece because it is a cultural piece, and the bifal is indigenous to Senegal, which is in West Africa. So I feel very proud like when I make really good solid purchases. So I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. But before we get into the unveiling of my new African clothing shopping haul, I'm actually gonna go through this gift bag that I received at a screening and Q&A I went to yesterday in Brooklyn called Sisters on Track. And so when I did some research, I discovered that this movie that I saw, the documentary that I saw yesterday, is actually on Netflix, and it's a very powerful, very poignant and inspiring story that follows the journey of three biological sisters who basically spent a portion of their childhood living in a homeless shelter with their mother. Isn't this cute? This is different. Chakra. Where is this? From India? Yes, it is from India. So I want to try something different. 7 Chakra. Natural Masala Incense. So I got this from the same store that I got the clothing items from. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. And this is unique. I never saw an incense with a green stem on it. Ah, how beautiful. All right. Burn this incense. I actually got 2 packs, 2 different scents. I'm going to show you guys the other one. But yeah, the story, I was like so touched by it. And I remember I had just did a video where I talked about how there are some instances where when I'm watching a story, a riveting story, it's like I have selective empathy responses or empathic responses. So depending on the characters, depending on how closely I identify with the characters, and with this film, I guess given that it was like mostly feminine energy. Oh, this smells so good, y'all. It reminds me of the Nag Champa. I love Nag Champa, but they didn't have Nag Champa, so I got something different. Yeah, I identify closely with characters in this film, so yeah, I actually teared up several times throughout the screening. It's like, oh my gosh, it's on Netflix, so you guys can check it out. It's called Sisters on Track. I saw that yesterday. And there was a Q&A following where they had 2 little sisters there speaking and being interviewed by one of like a prominent mentors in the Brooklyn community, and their coach who was actually in the film. So their track coach was there yesterday in part of the Q&A. And they gave us, I guess, like part of what was the film was about, right? They were like they took part in like this Colgate, I forget what it's called, Colgate something. It's a type of track run, and Colgate obviously sponsors it, and so Colgate gave everyone like gift bags at the screening, which I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm about to like go through those items in a minute to see what the hell what is this. Granted, I don't use any like traditional, or shall I say mainstream toothpaste or health hygiene products. I use like all organic products. I've been started doing that. This was back when I was in LA. This is the other one. So this is the one I'm burning now. I think they're both from India. And then this is the other one. I haven't opened it yet. Tribal Soul. Incense. White Sage. Palo Santo. Made in India. These things are so good. For hundreds of years, white sage, Salvia apiana, has been considered a sacred purifying plant. Native Americans started the tradition of burning its dry, bundled leaves during their purification ceremonies and healing sessions to cleanse a space or a person of all evil spirits or negative energies. We know everything derives from Africa, because Africa is the motherland, right? Every civilization evolved out of Africa. Let's make that clear, though it does say Native Americans started the tradition. By the way, my mother's father, my maternal grandfather, is actually Native American. Palo Santo, also known as Holywood in Spanish. I did not know that. I didn't know that was a translation. Interesting. Has been part of the South American culture for centuries. I do want to visit, like, I want to just travel the world. I want to go to, like, Central America, South America, amongst other places, especially, of course, Africa. The wood of this wild tree from the Amazon rainforest was traditionally burned by Incas and shamans for the spiritual purifying energy, cleansing, and healing. The combination of the earthy aroma of white, that's what I love. Like, I like earthy scents and flowery scents of white sage with the soothing balsamic scent of Palo Santo provides a perfect environment for meditation. I stay meditating. It's nothing new. I find it, like, funny, kind of insulting, right? When people try to, like, because of course I work in the field of mental health and I work in the context of healthcare in general. And there's this, like, whole wave of meditation, mindfulness. It's a big thing. I was actually trained, like, I was reared in this era, working towards my doctoral degree, my PhD in clinical psychology, and it was heavy emphasis on it. So I find it interesting when people try to, like, introduce this practice to me of meditating, right, and the singing bowls as if, like, it's something new. Just like, you know, it's so old. It's not played out, but it's just like, and I think, like, intuitively, African Americans, like, we have our own practices of meditation. Like, it's something you don't have to teach a person. It's just something that comes natural. So I find that interesting. But anyway, I'm about to, like, go through this bag because this is a gift bag that we got at the screening of Sisters on Track. Oh, this is a little guide. So I didn't get a chance to really go through it. But yo, this film, who's seen this? This is on Netflix. Who has seen this? This documentary. And of course it takes place in Brooklyn, New York. So there's like a Q&A kind of discussion guide here. I'll probably take the time to go through it later, but I was touched. Yeah, I was touched. But one thing I have to say that I noted, like, during the Q&A, and I'm just, like, reading body language of the two girls, because there's 3 sisters, but 2 of them were there. And I know, like, the program that the coach, and of course this is all black people, right? She created this this program, Junus. Basically, it's a track athletic program designed to, like, inspire young girls, right, and to instill a degree of self-esteem within them. But I'm looking at these girls, and this is, like, years after they've gone through the program, right? Because I think when they first entered the Junus track program, it was when they were, I think, in middle school. Good morning, Grand Rising, Fred. What's up? And so I'm just talking about, like, my reaction to this film that I saw, the Netflix film that I was telling you about. I actually went to Brooklyn to see it at the Central Main Public Library in Brooklyn. And yeah, the program is designed to, like, instill hope, to inspire, to increase like self-esteem within these girls. But when I'm looking at them, granted that they've gone through the program, right, and they've developed, you know, they've matured. I think they're like probably in high school, approaching like college. They did not seem like they had self-esteem, right? Now, granted, they could have been just nervous, you know, having to speak in front of other people, but factored into one's ability to deliver like public performances or speeches is self-esteem, like confidence, right? And that's something that when a person does have stage fright, that's something that is targeted, right? Their degree of self-esteem. How do they see themselves? How they feel about themselves? And so, granted, the program, the Junus program, was designed to, like, their whole motto, their whole mission is to empower young girls and to increase self-esteem. Like, I didn't see that. If anything, I saw something that was at play, at work on a subconscious level. I think that, like, a lot of black women, and I have to, like, I don't think that we, like, draw enough attention to this issue of black women being so overbearing, overpowering over girls, black girls, right? And it's almost as if, like, the black boys get kind of let off the hook, especially growing up. There's so much focus on protecting the black girls, right? And sheltering the black girls to the extent where I think it's like over-imposing, it's overbearing. It takes away from their sense of autonomy and ability to be able to make their own decisions, right? And to feel confident in themselves, right? Like, if you are always dictating another person's actions and their choices, their decisions, and like you're always in their ear, how can they develop a sense of confidence, a sense of agency to be able to make their own decisions? And that's what I saw. Like, even in the film, as the girls was transitioning, I think from like middle school to high school, right, and they were applying like for scholarships to go to like this well-renowned private school here in New York City. I think it was a Catholic school. One of the girls, and this like goes without saying, right? This is something that teenagers go through, where they have like behavior problems. They're entering into adolescent puberty, right? And they're being seen by boys, and so of course things are going to happen. And so the coach, which I love the coach, by the way, she had long locks and this very strong black woman, right? Kind of character. She was telling one of the sisters, one of the track sisters, she was like, oh, well, any as you like navigate, I think, through this your new high school, just remember me. She was like, remember me, and don't do anything that you wouldn't do if I was standing next to you, right? Kind of like reinforcing this idea that her voice, the coach's voice, right, and her ideology, her beliefs, her way of thinking should always be kind of driven deep within this girl's subconscious mind. I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. She was like, oh, like, anytime you're at a point where you have to question what you should do, or you're thinking about doing something, then just think about me. And if you wouldn't do that if I was standing there. And so the reason why I didn't like that, this is the reason why I didn't like that approach, right? It sounds like it is well-intentioned, right? I didn't like that because how is she able to develop her own voice, her own mind, right? Part of becoming an adult is a person has to think for themselves. And I remember I was doing a live video. This was, I think, back in 2020. And there was this man on my video who has children, like, I think teenage children. And he was saying, oh, I teach my children how to think for themselves. And I had to stop him there. I was like, yo, you cannot teach a person how to think for themselves. Think about that. To teach a person how to think for themselves is to tell them how to think, which cancels out what your intention is, right? If your intention is to help them think for themselves, but you're saying you're teaching them how to do that, you can't teach a person how to think for themselves. I think there are ways that you can enable them But to teach a person how to think is not teaching them to think independently, right? That's something that comes intuitively, right? We are already, and this is a funny thing. I think that sometimes people, like parents, right, mentors, they're well intentioned, right, and they have good intentions, but they step on their own feet, and they do an injustice to the people that they're trying to help by assuming that, like, without them, that person would just be a failure. And I think that is a big problem. Like, that was the narrative that was strung through this whole documentary, right? And even you can see it being played out in the Q&A as the coach was sitting there on the stage, and as the two girls were sitting there on stage. You can see it played out where it was like this unspoken belief that was probably ingrained in their psyche, these girls' psyche, that if it wasn't for the Junior's track program, like, they just would be a failure. Granted, like, they had a hard life. I mean, as do most black people growing up in New York City, because number one, New York City is like a very expensive place to live. I think it's like an understatement. People really don't understand how expensive New York City is, and people who are born and raised here do suffer extreme degrees of poverty, right? Especially if you're black, right? Black people just got it hard all over the U.S., but add that times 10 living in New York City, given the rising astronomical prices of rent and just the cost of living in general. And so, yeah, like, they had an apartment. These girls with their mom had an apartment. They lost it. They fell in hard times, had to live in a shelter. And then Tyler Perry, which I like that part. I was like getting so emotional and tearful. Tyler Perry came in and kind of rescued this family, and he actually saw them after they went on The View, this popular daytime talk show. They were being interviewed on The View, and he saw them. He decided to reach out to them and actually offered to pay for 2 years straight of the rent. He put them up into an apartment. I don't know what borough the apartment was in, maybe Manhattan, I don't know. And agreed to pay for their rent consecutively for 2 years, right? And then after that point, the mother was expected to take over. But she did mention, like, the mother did mention how, like, she takes responsibility for the situation. She was like, I put my children in this situation, and she was coming out of an abusive relationship. So it was a lot of issues there, like a lot of toxicity there, kind of already brewing before they enter this program. And then the idea is that, okay, the program is going to kind of help divert them away from that path that they could have went down, you know. But I feel like to think that, okay, you're just coming in to save someone, you have that approach. Like, no, you have to empower them to make their own decisions. So that's just what I noticed. And I didn't like that kind of overbearing, the idea of, like, the black woman coming to save these children, like, overbearing and being so overprotective of these young girls. Like, you have to go out and make their own decisions, and that's how a person's develop confidence, right? At some point, you think of the way, and I know I'm kind of going off, and I'm going to get into, like, going through these freaking items that we got in our gift bag, and I'm going to show you guys basically the reason why I came to do this video. But I have to say this, is that it's just like little children, right? Toddlers, as they are learning to walk, they're going to fall. They have to be able to navigate their environment independently. If the mother or the parent is always there, like, calling them, right, and catching them when they fall, like, how can they develop confidence? No, they have to go out and they have to make mistakes. They have to learn for themselves. They have to develop their own voice, which they didn't get a chance. And you can see it, yo. You can see, you can see when a person, without them having to say any words, right? You can look at them and see if they lack self-esteem, they lack confidence. And you can see these girls, like, all right, I'm just gonna end it on that. I can go on and on, but anyway, let's see, what is this, yo? So I thought this was like, what the fuck? This is some new technology shit right here. So granted, Colgate did sponsor the film and, like, the track, whatever thing that they were doing in the movie. And so we got a bunch of Colgate products. Now, I'm probably not going to use any of these, especially if it's toothpaste, because I am more like organic and more health conscious. So I just want to see what this is, though. I don't know. It says, okay, what the fuck is this? In sync with your smile. It's like one handle, one brush head, one charger, one travel case. What is this? Target spots that need extra love. Personalize your posts. Okay, I'm trying to open it. Yo, Fred, you still watching? What the hell is this? You seen all these before? What the hell? If I can get the tape off to open it. Alright, it's tape on both sides. It's fucking up my freaking nails, y'all. And then you can tell, like, when girls have had sex too, right? Like, they're no longer pure or virgins. And so I noticed that, like, I'm looking at them, and she just, like, she's sitting on her hands. She's like this. One of the sisters is like this. She's just, and it wasn't cold in there, right? But you can just tell, like, she wasn't comfortable in her own skin. And she had difficulty expressing herself. I felt like they felt, because I'm very perceptive of other people's emotions, I felt like these girls felt exploited. If I could give a word for the emotion in the room, it just felt like they were being exploited. And it was like, what the fuck? How to open this shit, yo? The hell is this? It was like the program, the Junus track program, was getting all the attention. And Netflix, I'm sure, is making a shit ton of money off their story. But, like, I'm looking at the way these girls were dressed, and they just look like, yo, they haven't, like, they look like they just came straight out of a homeless shelter. Like, nothing has really changed from their situation. It's like how, it's like, on one hand, the story, the narrative is being promoted that, oh, you know, programs, community programs like track is necessary to help guide these young girls and make a better life for them. But then it's like these girls weren't saying much. And there's a lot to be said and understood, right, from silence, right? There's so much being said, even in the context of silence. And these girls didn't really have much to say. It's like their body language was saying everything, yo. And like how I look at it, they were like, man, bullshit. You know, like they looking like, man, this shit ain't helped me. You know what I'm saying? They still got problems, and of course they need therapy, which that wasn't even a factor in the film. They didn't even talk about therapy at all whatsoever, which I think they should have. That should have been a major component. We're talking about children living in homeless shelter while they're in school, in grade school. The hell? Alright, so it looks like some electric toothbrush. But look at the bristles. The bristles is like very soft and short. Look like it wouldn't do that much work. I don't know. I'm going to test this out. Not on camera. There's a plug here. So clearly it's an electric toothbrush. And an on button. Oh, wow, it's working. Let's see. It's like a vibrator. Fuck using it as a toothbrush. I might use this shit as a vibrator, y'all. I've been thinking about getting me a new vibrator too, for real, because the one I have, I think it's broken. It's not vibrating like it should be vibrating. So I think I'm just gonna use this shit as a fucking vibrator. What y'all think about that? Damn, this shit buzzing. Alright. Oh, I got different speeds to it too? The hell? What would be the point of this, right? What was the point of a vibrating toothbrush? I don't get it. It's a waste of technology. Alright, anyway. So this is one of the items that came in the gift bag. I was saying how I went to this screening out in Brooklyn. Colgate partnered with the producers who made this film. And so they gave everyone in the audience this gift bag with, hold on, I think this was separate, right? Hold on. This was detached. And so this is one of the things we got. And I'm trying to figure out how to put this back in here. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to use it as a toothbrush. I'm thinking about using it as a vibrator. I was like, yo, this Brooklyn, because I was in Brooklyn right near Flatbush. I'm like, do they have a adult store? Which I doubt it. I didn't even bother to check Google to see if they had an adult store in the neighborhood, because I just didn't think that they would. I think most of the adult toy stores are like in Manhattan, where I live, and I went to one in the Bronx. It's a pretty large store. I actually did a video on that. But yeah, so I'm going to make use of this. Not the way it was designed for, but we'll see. No. Y'all know how to fuck with y'all. Alright, so they gave us a lot of shit in here, y'all. It's like, okay, what the fuck is this? This is a book bag? Who the hell is going to walk around with a Colgate book bag? Not I. I do not promote. I'm just doing this. It seems like I'm doing promotion, but hell no. Like I said, I'm all organic, so my toothpaste is organic, my deodorant is organic, but maybe I can donate it. Alright. Yo, okay, I might use this. Soft soap. Look at this. Look at... They went all out with... This smells good, y'all. I might have to use this with coconut oil. Body wash. Alright. There's a lot of shit in here. Lady Speed Stick. I'm definitely not using this. Because it has some toxins in it, which I learned is not good for the body. So I use, like I said, I use organic deodorant. This is another replacement head for the toothbrush. Two in here. Okay. Interesting. I think that would annoy the shit out of me, that buzzing in my mouth, that vibration. I don't think I would like that. Okay, and then they gave more deep clean starter kit, reusable aluminum handle. Aluminum? I don't think aluminum is good for the body. And that's the reason why I think I stopped using this mainstream type of deodorant, shall I say, antiperspirant, because it has aluminum in it. Aluminum zirconium, which I heard is toxic. And then they say that the handle here is made out of aluminum. I don't know if I'm not going to open this. And then, of course, toothpaste, right? Whitening restoration. Alright, interesting. So, the only thing I think I'm going to use is this vibrating toothbrush. I'm going to see, like, how it works. Like, Of course, it's not going to be inserted in me. Of course not. But, see how the vibrations sync with my flower. Alright, moving along to the topic, the purpose of this video. So I'm going to try on these pieces I got yesterday from this African clothing store. Oh my gosh. I love the smell of these incense. Alright. So I could just like pull them up here. Buenos dias. Alright, let's start with this one. I was going to go off camera to put them on, but because I'm already like dressed, I could just probably slide these on over what I'm wearing. Oh, look. These pants are also made in India. A lot of my clothes are imported from India and from Thailand. This is my style. I started dressing like this back when I was living in Los Angeles. Kudos. Shout out to LA. Oh, wow. They fit. But usually these pants are like one size fits all anyway. Alright, I see. Alrighty. I love this. I like. Nice. Nice. I like that the colors are like earth tone colors. Alright. It's kind of like wet out here in New York. Alright. Let's see. Oh, she got 4 pieces. Maybe you can tell me which one you like the most at the end. They're pretty much similar, but different. Okay, so this piece right here was made in Thailand. It has a scrunchy waist, stretchy. And it fits. Yes. All right, I kind of like the leg part because I get to tie it. You guys see this? So the leg cuff, you tie. So I actually shared the TED Talk that was recommended to me by my psychologist, my analyst at the time when I was in LA. This was back, what year was this? 2017, I think. She recommended I watch this TED Talk, and it was about how what we wear is a reflection of our identity, and it communicates a lot about who we are. And ever since I watched that TED Talk, the rest is history, man. So I like this. I like the opening. This is, oh, okay. This is fancy. Now, you know what? The colors here are black. Black and white. I wish it was nice if it was navy though. But alright, so you know what I was thinking with this? I'm going to show you guys what I was thinking. Hold on. There it is. I haven't worn this in so long. But this is what I was thinking. I can pull it off. I think I can pull it off. Granted, the vest is navy blue, right? Now the pants are black and white, but I think I can pull this off. What y'all think? Of course not with the shirt. I mean, knowing me, I would pull it off like that with any shirt up underneath, right? Because that's just me. But I'm feeling this. I'm feeling it, yo. Ah. Yes, honey. So this is my first time trying these items on. The store that I got them from, they do have like a dressing room or a bathroom, which they dub as a dressing room, but I didn't try them on because they're one size fits all. And I was pretty confident that I can fit it, and I like the way it fits. I like that. It's me all the way. I might wear this tomorrow. What shirt should I wear underneath? Probably keep it simple. Just wear like a black turtleneck. Oh, you guys see my bun, so I did something different with my hair too as well. But yeah, I'm loving it. Alright, so let's go to the next piece. I'm loving this so much, I don't want to take it off. I don't. I just love it. Alright. I got this piece. I had this piece for a while. This is from, I think Macy's. DKNY. I just got this. Actually, I have two. I have one that is more of a blazer, and then this is more of a vest. I don't know how much I paid for it. It was a good price. I think it was like $100 and something, $120 or something like that. So this doesn't have buttons or tie. It's just the scrunchie there in the back. Yeah, I'm loving it. Oh, I'm gonna have to take the ties out of the cufflinks of my ankle. Unravel those. But yeah, those girls, I noticed they need a lot of work, y'all. And like, I felt pulled to go speak with them, but then I'm like, you can tell when people, I feel like people take advantage of other people's trauma. And granted, I think the track program was a good program for the girls, right? But it's like, if they didn't want to do that, like, that's just like parents, how parents put their children in sports, right? They make them play football. They make them play basketball, baseball. And like, the child don't want to do that. How the hell are you making a child participate in a sport that they're not really motivated? And so that's what I got too. Is like, the girls were running track and they were good, but they were coming in like 3rd place. And they just didn't seem like it was an intrinsic motivation for them, right? They did it because they were making other people proud. And they even said that, like, oh, I want to make my mom proud, make other people proud, make my mentor and my coach proud. But fuck, if you're not doing it for yourself, then you shouldn't do it. So I love these pants, you guys. But I'm going to try them on last because I'm going to show you guys. It was actually something wrong with those pants. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. These are similar. I never really tell you guys the price because I feel like the price is irrelevant. But I did tell you guys the total, so you get an idea of what the price. Actually, I'll tell you guys the price. So those first 2 pants I just tried on, I think were like 40, roughly 40 each. This that I'm about to try on, this was, I think, $65 for this. Now, I'm scared because I feel like I might be a little bit too thick. But okay, it's working because they have stretch material in the back part. Okay, I can fit these. Now, see how they come a little bit higher than the other ones. But I have a remedy for that. Actually, it's getting warmer. I was going to say I could just wear like spandex pants underneath. But it's not needed because it's getting warmer. We'll see how tomorrow is though. So they do have a tie at the waist. Check this out. Shit fire, y'all. Shit fire. Hell, fuck yeah. It's just all me right here. Now, in terms of pockets, I think there are no real pockets. Even this. Is this a real pocket? Let's see. Oh, it is a real pocket. It's just one. Probably wouldn't put anything in there. But me like. Oh yes. Don't you like? I like that material. You guys get a close up. Look at that design. I don't know, what do you call this? I don't know. I'm into fashion, but I don't design fashion, so I wouldn't know what the hell it's called. But for those who are, I love it. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna take a look in the mirror. This is different. And I told the owner, the lady who works there, I think the owner actually is her mother. And her mother is in Africa. She's the one who actually made those 2 bifold coats that I have. But, you know, her daughter manages the store. And I said, I can actually wear this top with this, right? Because it has yellow and it has some of the same colors. But I said to her, I said, I actually intentionally decided to come by their store yesterday to see what they have new. I pop in there every once in a while to see what's new. And I'm glad I did. And I keep bugging her about her mom making some new bifold coats for me. And the funny thing, the bifold coats were not even that expensive. I only paid like $80 each for each coat, yo. So yeah, these pants were $65, which I think they gave me a discount because when you do the math, I'm going to show you guys the last piece that I got. But the last piece actually I'm about to try on was also $65. Right? So you do the math. 65 times 2 is 130 plus 80 is 210. And I got another item. And I got those incense. That's well over $222, including tax, right? So either she didn't charge me tax. I don't know what kind of discount she gave me. But listen, I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. I love it. Alright. You take these off. I'm getting hungry. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. I'm going to call my dad after this. So yeah, I like that. It has a scrunchy waistband in the back part. Just only in the back. It works. Imagine if I pull down. But oh, yo, I would be so fucking embarrassed if I did that. If I pulled down my freaking spandex pants, I was like, oh my gosh, I would delete this freaking video. Oh, that shit happened. I would be so freaking mad at myself. Alright, last but not least. Last but not least. So this last item is similar to the one I just took off. So it has these buttons here. Which I was disappointed. Because I'm going to show you guys in a minute why I was disappointed. Freaking button. But I love the design so much. I didn't even care about the button, you know. So there is a missing button here that I discovered. And I let them know, right? And the funny thing, after I let them know, he actually put the item right back on the rack. He didn't even care. And I was still talking about it. I was harping on the issue. I was harping on it. And I got it off the rack after he put it back on the rack. I got it off the rack. I kept looking at it. I was just like, it's calling my name, yo. But there's a missing, sorry, it's chopping up. But there's a missing freaking button here. Look. It's a missing button. It's the last button, which you don't really need it, right? You just wear it high up on the waist. You don't really need that button. You see? That button there. It's missing. I'm just like, how the fuck? I said, can you add the button? Because they do upholstery there. But he was like, you can come back and get it. I'm just like, yo, fucking add the button now, yo. What the fuck? So I think it gave me a discount because there's a missing button. I like it though. Interesting. Okay, there's one pocket here. See how unique this is? You're not going to find it anywhere else. That's why I don't mind spending money at these African places, because yes, you're not going to find this. Now, sometimes you do, right? Like the market. So I'm not wearing a bra. I'm wearing this tank top underneath this shirt here. And, oh, so the market on 116th Street, many of their items are like, they have duplicates, right? They sell duplicates of, or you can find that same item somewhere else. Like I've done that. I've purchased like this jumpsuit from the market on 116th Street, and I saw someone else was wearing it at this African festival. So I was just like, okay. But the thing about this place is like their clothes are so unique, because they, like this lady makes them, right? The owner of the store, Tafari Tribe, where I got these pieces from on Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn. Though she's in Africa now, but yeah, like she makes these herself. Look at that, yo. She know what she's doing, yo. She know what she's doing. I always get like anal about when I see like loose strings. Oh, I didn't even notice there's a freaking hole there. They really should have gave me a bigger discount than what they did, yo. I didn't even notice that. Look at this. Ah, there's a cut. That's probably why she even gave me a bigger discount, but I really like it. We'll see what happens when I wash it. Now, if I wash it and it, like, the hole gets bigger, I'm taking this shit back. I got to, y'all. I got to, for real. But look at that. I didn't even notice that. I like the stitch pattern so well. Like, the pattern, the design so much that it's like, fuck, I cannot get it, yo. Cannot get it, so I had to get it. I didn't even notice that freaking cut there. The hell? Why? Alright, I'm about to take this off. I love it. And there's one more thing that I got. So I saw that the guy who was working there, I don't know if him and the woman who was manning the store yesterday, if they're related or if they are husband and wife, I don't know. But he was wearing this necklace with a bunch of like, what do you call it? I'm gonna show you guys a piece that I got connected to it, and I was like, I really like your necklace. And he was like, yeah, I made it. It's like an energy piece where he says he would rather teach people how to make their own. So I bought one of the pieces. He had like fucking 20 of these on his necklace, right? 20 of these. And it was like stringed together on his necklace, like 20 of these, right? A bunch, right? Aside from that, he had a whole bunch of jewelry, like a whole bunch of bracelets, all kinds of medallions and special kind of African jewelry. And so I don't have to be sold on African regalia, clothing, jewelry, accessories. You don't have to sell me anything. Though I am curious to learn about it, to see like, oh, okay, what's the backstory to this. But I think he was doing too much to try to sell me the idea of like, oh, the significance of this. And it was like, I heard that these are passports in Africa where you can like go in certain forbidden, I guess, or restricted regions of Africa and not be questioned or a bother if you're wearing these, right? Because they, I guess, assume that you're one of them, or they assume like, okay, like, yeah, you're not a threat because you're wearing one of these. That's what he says, right? And I'm just like, interesting. So I got one. I didn't get it for that reason. I got it because I was going to get it anyway, but he just gave me like that extra piece of information, and then he tried to sell me a singing bowl, which I told him, listen, at my workplace, at the hospital, we already use those singing bowls. We already practice that. We already practice meditation. We actually do that every Monday and Friday at the beginning of every shift, or at the beginning of the shift on Monday and Friday. We do meditation with the singing bowl and all that. So he's trying to like teach me about singing bowls. I'm just like, yo, I already know. I've been knew about it actually. It's not new information. So I gotta figure out how can I string this. I think I may have to cut this, or fuck. Let's see. Maybe I don't have to cut it, but there has to be a way that I could slide this on here without having to cut this string. The simpler way would be to just cut it, but if I can do it without cutting it, it's better. Let's see. Okay. So I'm like, dude, you don't have to sell it to me, right? I'm already hip to it. You know what I should have did? I should have left that there. And I should have cut this piece. Why didn't I do that? Alright, let me... Hello, hello. Let's see, and I can just tie this back. On here. The dexterity of African hands, y'all, is amazing. How they're able to like do these knots at the very end of the see how they do it at the very end of the string. They really have God powers, I'm telling you. I can imagine like when I'm on dates and these guys are nervous, like fucking shit face nervous around me. Like, it makes sense because you guys are nervous watching me. Y'all be afraid to say anything. You be afraid to say hello. That's funny. Alright, so I think I got it. Let's see. I'm just tighten it. And then I'm going to cut this piece. So I actually have needle and thread. Right? And I can actually sew this myself and stitch it back myself. But I'm not. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna wear it, and I think after I wear it and wash it, it may just get worse. And then I'm gonna take it back. Alright, so I'm gonna leave this as is. I actually want to wear this as a choker. I'm going to cut this part because I don't need this. I don't know where I got this from. Maybe it was part of another necklace. Apparently it had to be, right? I think probably a drum necklace. And I think I remember I lost the drum. I think that's what happened because I actually went to Victoria's Secret. I was in LA. Went to Victoria's Secret to get size for new bras. And I know I was wearing this with the drum attached to it. And then all of a sudden, I noticed after I left Victoria's Secret, hello, I see that Tom is watching. I see that Timoteo, Renovacio, is that how you pronounce your name? Watching silently, but not saying anything. Good morning. And when I left Victoria's Secret, and this was Victoria's Secret, I think, right there on Hollywood Boulevard. I used to live, like, literally walking distance from the walk. Look, they disappear. I'm telling you guys, you guys are so not my type. Yeah, so I used to, like, live walking distance from Hollywood Boulevard. And over there, it was called, like, the Hollywood Highland mall, right? They have a Victoria's Secret, and I went over there and I did this. I think it was there. Maybe it was a different one. I don't know. I went to so many different malls in LA. So I'm gonna cut this off because it's not needed, like so. And then I'm just gonna string this on here. Tie it. Yeah, I was so disgusted. So after I left Victoria's Secret, I realized this is not going to fit over my head, y'all. Let's see. But I realized that I didn't have my freaking drum. It's like, no. Oh, it might fit. Hold on. Alright. Just make sure it's tied tight, because I don't want to lose this thing. Wear it like that. Ayy. Ayy. Alright, but I want to wear it as a necklace. I love it, but I don't like this extra string. So I can leave it or I can cut it. Doesn't really matter. I do like this though. Yay! Alright, I'm going to end this video. Feel free to drop your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Which piece do you like the best? I mean, I like the print here. I just wish that they were a bit honest and they saw that it was cut, but they're trying to get money. So I hate that, because that means that I have to inspect everything I buy now. I mean, I do that anyway, right? Because I know that these things are tailor-made and, you know, they're not like, they don't go through the extra oversight that factory-made items go through, right? The quality control layers. So, which one do you guys like? I don't know which one. I think I like, funny enough, though, I know I love colors, but I think I actually like this pair the most. I like this pair the most. Isn't that? I see you keep peeking in. Playing hide and seek, or are you playing Mr. Voyeur? You guys are voyeurs, I swear. And I like this. This seems flawless. No errors, no things wrong with it. Knock on wood. For all I know, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to grab me some food, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm going to do some meditation with my wonderful incense here. I'm going to burn. Open this pack. Oh, look at that. That's how they're packaged. Look at how many come in here. Look at that. A little feather. And that's how you know it's sacred. You shouldn't even want to open it, right? Oh, pink sticks. I love it. I love it. I should have got more. I only got 2 boxes. Yeah, it's like, yeah, wet outside. Wet and rainy here in New York. Oh, it smells so good. I've been burning incense for a while. Like, a long time. Like, since I was in college, or at least after I graduated, soon after I graduated, way back when. you guys later.